welcome to Mystic Star Magic. I am so happy that you are here. We're doing a reading on how they see you, well, how they saw you back then and how they see you now. So versus, then and now. And so this is like most likely for no contact, but you take it how you will. We trust in spirit, and that's the important thing. Hopefully the messages will all come through here. And just thank you so much for joining me. If you are new, thank you for giving me a chance to read your cards. And if you're one of my friends who has been with me for a while, thank you so much for hanging out with me and sticking with me. It really does mean a lot to me. Let's see. So if you want information on the oracle sort of tarots that I use, usually down below. Sometimes I just forget or I'm lazy. That is my one of my cats who likes to talk a lot. So pardon that little interruption, if you will. And also, if you wish to support the channel, the best way you can do that and the freest way is if you can subscribe or just give it a thumbs up, or even actually just watching the whole thing through. That would be really helpful as well. So those are free ways that help support the channel, and just it really means a lot to me. It helps the channel grow, so that's always something that I appreciate. If you want to donate to the channel, you can always do that. There's also supporting my Etsy shop, which is just oracles that I create. That's pretty much it. Even just sending me positive thoughts, I send them right back to you. I always am a big believer in that. So yes, thank you. Let's show you each pile. So this is going to be pile 1, and this is Tarot Linwood, but I actually cut off the bottom. So it's pile 2. I just didn't quite resonate with and I just like it. I really just like the visuals. They're so stunning. They're beautiful. So this is pile 3, and this is pile 4. Each one, it's gonna, something's gonna call you to it, and you know that it's yours. But let's go ahead and take a deep breath in. Close our eyes, clear our mind, and I want you to focus and think of the person you want. Who would you want to know what they thought of you then and what they think of you now. Just think about them. And now, as you exhale and open your eyes, choose whichever pile draws you to it. All right, let's do this. So pile 1, my dear friends from group 1. So we have 2 different tarot cards. This is for when they saw you before, and this is how they see you now. So, but even before we start with that, let's look at this, because I like to look at the ones that, the toppers. And so I could almost feel like there's a sense of, well, they definitely think that you're very powerful. They're drawn to you quite strongly. Very, they find you very attractive. But there's a sense of almost, they feel like you're almost too perfect. There's a certain, maybe even a sense of lacking of warmth coming through it. Sort of you see how stony her face is. And so I feel like that's something that is coming through a little bit through here. But let's see how this has shifted and changed. And so I'm also going to be, something that I'm adding now is I'm doing in this reading, there'll be a 10-minute Reiki that is to help basically dissolve any, I would say maybe misunderstandings, or any negative energy that's between this person and you. So that's what I'm going to do, and you can just check it out on the timestamp. There'll be that Reiki there for you. And it's just really to dissolve any negative or old, maybe karmic energies that are in this connection, whether you want them to be in your life or not. Still, just to clear it out. I always think that's always a good idea. So be on the lookout for that. So let's see, how did the collective of group 1's person One person view them then, first time they saw them. How did they view them back then? Wow, we have a lot. How did they view first time? It's actually quite very fascinating because I feel like they were kind of in tune to you. One more. Wow, they really. I want to. So you have room for this, and I have to say there is a great sense. I was thinking that you would get the Strength card, either that or the Queen of Swords energy. So I could, yeah, let's go through here, and then we'll do, or do we want to do how they see you now too? Well, we'll give this an overall, then clarify maybe, and then we'll do the other one. Okay, sorry. I just go with it. So as you can see, I don't actually, there's no set patterns to me. Strength, I thought you would get that. There's also seems like somebody had hurt your heart even before them. Like your heart was like, you mended it all by yourself, but, and you found like, I think strength from like, the lessons maybe you learned from this wounded heart, from this like, yeah. We also have somebody, maybe like somebody who walks away from things, even if it hurts. So it feels like when they saw you, they felt like, I do feel like you have the strength to walk away from things. Yeah, like with the Chariot and move forward. I think that that's something that I think they value that a lot in you. The Four of Coins, it could be somebody who likes, who's like, I almost want to say reserved a little bit, but because you're not about to spend your energy or your money, or even your love here on things that you know, like if it's not something that you think is like worthy of it, of your time or your effort or anything, then you're just not gonna, you're not gonna even bother. And I think that's something they really actually quite like about you. Like I think like you could say that you're thrifty. That's a possibility there too. But what I'm really seeing here is maybe even somebody who knows their value quite well, and or who values others as well. It's like you're not, I wouldn't say like you freely give in terms of like, yeah, love, affection, and even time. Like I really keep hearing time. But you, because you're like, they have to prove worthy. They have to be worth the time and effort. And you see this. There's a sense of clarity a lot. The Ace of Blades, they think of you like somebody who perceives things in a very clear manner. And there also is a sense of somebody who knows a lot. Like there's a lot of knowledge. They value your mind a lot. Or they, that's in the past, but I always like read it as if it were there. Okay, let's see in comparison to how they view you or see you now. Okay. Hopefully, I'm like, I don't know. Judgment. Wow, look at that. Yeah, I think we're gonna like leave it there, but I have to say that though, like, okay, so you went from two major arcanas to, this is like their whole view of you has shifted and changed quite a lot, but not really like, and by that I mean, there's a great sense of admiration. Yeah, like they really like see you as, well, somebody who's motivated. It doesn't like the Three of Wands is somebody who plans ahead, somebody who can I almost feel like you can envision the future you want. So there is that great sense here. In the Wheel of Fortune, there's a sense of how do I say it? Sorry, it's like I want to cover something up. Sorry, I know that YouTube doesn't like that, so I'm just like covering that up. Sorry. So Wheel of Fortune, I almost want to say that you have a good sense of good luck. They view you also as a kind of balance. The yin and yang is really calling me out there. So there's a sense of balance for you. Like I think they've discovered this. It's sort of what I'm seeing here is almost like they've noticed the hard work. They've noticed, like, I kind of think they had a sense of it, but there's an even greater sense here. Like you, like hard work and then motivated to move forward. And then you can actually plan that out. Then you have the Wheel of Fortune. It feels like there's a sense of balance, but it's also a sense of like almost like, yeah, like good luck is with you in a sense, because what you put out is what you receive, like the law of karma, if you will. Temperance, there's a sense of, and even here, like how there's a smiling temperance. It's a sense of, yes, things take time, but you're willing, you're finding against the sense almost like there's more balance for you than they even anticipated. The Moon card is what is really calling me here too, because it's almost like for one sense, I feel like they might even connect with you psychically, so that might be something. But the Moon, to me, it also seems like there's a shadow self that they weren't so aware of, that they weren't as sure about, and then they're like, oh, okay. This fascinated me and fascinated them, because it's almost like you have this sense of confidence. You have this like, look at that, like you can't, like, very confident. There's this just, I almost feel like they think you can have it all, or that you have it all. But then there's a sense also of like vulnerability here as well, and not just vulnerability, but it's almost like a little bit of self-doubt. So like I said, like a lot of they're surprised that there's a little bit of shadow there. And then the Judgment card, I think they have a sense like, again, you see things, you perceive things very differently here. Like you have a sense of clarity, but I almost feel like with the Judgment and the, like, it's like a third eye that's awakened. So maybe they can actually see that you might have psychic abilities, or even if they don't quite put it that way, they sense that you are in a higher level in terms of maybe spirituality, or in how you perceive the world. You don't look at it as, I almost want to say, you don't take it for granted. You don't take things for granted. Let's actually clarify, especially when I clarify this a little bit, and then we'll add more stuff. So okay, let's start with this and then we'll move over there. So can you tell me, why is this Judgment here? What is the Judgment doing here? Judgment is clarified by the Moon. Oh, that's so funny. Okay. What is the Moon doing here? What is the Moon doing here? What's the Moon doing here? Oh, look at that. You have the Eight of Cups here, and it's also Temperance as well. Look at that. What is this? It's I love this, because they kind of, I really do feel like they're plugged into your energy. What is the Temperance card doing here? The Ten of Swords. Oof, okay. What is the Wheel of Fortune doing here? 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 Sorry, let me just, the little tiny guys. What is the Wheel of Fortune doing here? What is the Wheel of Fortune? What is the Wheel of Fortune doing here? The Death and Five of Pentacles. Okay. And then what is the Three of Wands doing here? Two of Pentacles. Okay. What is the Strength card doing here? What is the Strength card doing here? Three of Hearts. Yep, we saw that. What is the Eight of Wands? Eight of Cups doing here? What is the Eight of Cups doing here? Cups doing here? Nine of Pentacles. What is this Chariot doing here? What is this Chariot doing here? Judgment. Wow. Wow. What is this Four of Pentacles down here? What's this Four of Pentacles down here? Ten of Pentacles. And what is this Ace of Blades down here? Ace of Swords down here. Six of Pentacles. Okay. So it's almost like, yeah, this one wanted to come out with the Five of Swords too, Five of Blades. So it's sort of like they do kind of understand you a lot. Who you were back then and who you are now. And that's true. Please don't take it like actually you should see if they actually get you or not, because this is actually through the point of view of somebody else. So I don't know if, like this, but it does feel like, to me, it resonates with your energy somehow, because, or at least based on how they see it, but I do feel like it might be. So we did say that this Eight of like the Strength, which is, it comes with this Three of Swords, and I feel like that is, it's almost like you're mending, and I don't think it's from them though. I feel like that your heart was hurt even before like you met them. So like somebody else might have hurt you. And but even though you had that, there was still a lot of, like, you had the strength to heal, and they admire that a lot. They also saw this Eight of Cups, but because of like this Three of Swords, there's a sense of you needing to walk away, like willing to walk away, even though it's hard. You're willing to walk away if you don't feel like things are right for you. And so then you have this Nine of Pentacles, which is sort of like the sense of independence. It's sort of like you'll be fine on your own, even if, the Eight of Cups, there's always a little bit of sadness because you're leaving behind something, but I feel like it's almost like you land on your feet. And then we have this Chariot, which is sort of like the Judgment. You're moving forward, you're moving towards something. I do feel like it's very much interconnected here, that they did see that you were looking for something, I think, higher, something better, something, I would say, quite meaningful. You have the Four of Pentacles, so I think you value family, maybe value family, or your vision of family. Yeah, like family, very, like, you hold it dearly, whether it's an actual family or how you view it. Then there's this Ace of Blades. I almost, and here's what I'm seeing here. And so when I saw this Five of Swords and the Six of Pentacles, it's almost like you have the ability to see past this, like, I want to say, the ego self into a more like giving self. I almost want to say that. And so I think they admire that a lot, because, like I said, like, there's great admiration here, but it's almost like they feel like they can't even compare or touch you. We have the Two of Pentacles with the Three of Wands. There's a sense of finding balance, and here it's sort of what you want, the sense of balance. Even when you think that it's like there's no way for it to happen, there's like, you have inner balance versus like external balance. So that makes it a lot better, I would say. So Wheel of Fortune, something comes to an end. I feel like it's almost like the Five of Pentacles. So you're letting go of possibly like a feeling abandoned, or like scarcity. I don't feel like you have scarcity, but maybe. But it's sort of like you're coming to an end. It's like you're ending this cycle here, I almost feel like. And not only that, but I almost want to say that it's almost like the help that you want is like you finally accept it. There's like I want to say like an ending almost to being alone, which is interesting. We have this Temperance, which is like I said, we have, again, finding balance. Like, balance is something very strong, like, in here, and then they view in you like there's like, wow, somebody who's trying to be balanced. And that surprises me that it's being clarified with this Ten of Swords, because it's the Ten of Swords, but it is with this Death card, which is like the ending. Like, I almost feel like they think that rough times are over for you, that finally good things are coming through for you, and that you deserve it because you've been through a lot. And so that's an interesting thing. So for me, there's like a lot of emotions here for that. Then there's the moon again. The moon is, I almost feel like that is, they're recognizing your shadow self here. There's again temperance, and even being and finding balance even when you're just like, when you only have one, like you're only standing on one leg right there. And then there's the 8 of Cups, and then that, I think what they see or they understand now, that maybe that 8 of Cups is actually, I almost want to say it's probably a defense mechanism where you rather walk away before somebody else walks away. But you're learning. I think you're learning on that, or maybe they realize that's how they see it. Again, this is just the point of view of somebody else. And then the Judgment again, like noticing. I almost feel like there's a sense of understanding your shadow self a little bit better, but it's almost like you're seeing the potential. Like you're not the cat, but you're the panther. And so that it's almost like you see the potential in things. I also kind of almost want to say, for some of you, it's sort of like they really, they rather enjoy the psychic dream quality of your connection, because it's almost like they can see the potential there. For some of you, I feel like if it's in separation, there's like a part of them feels and sees like there's potential for a union again, especially psychically, I guess, in the 5D. Let's see what other stuff. Let's see what we can get a little bit more out of this. So I'm using my Sweet Love Oracle that I blended with lovely Be Love and Tarot and Be Love and Crystals, Red Hot Love Oracle. So we can just see, so how did they see the collective of group one when they first compatibility? They see this group. And there's apology here. Okay. How do they see them now? Oops. Some music connection and beginnings. Okay, yeah, I could see the beginning. And there's a music connection here, and I can see that there's some sort of communication wanting this. So this is an interesting thing to me, because it's sort of like they thought that you were incompatible with them, and there's some sort of apology, maybe that they were wrong. Maybe they realized that you can, or that they made a mistake in the past somehow. But then here we have, I do like this, because I do feel like there's like almost this Judgment somehow calls me too. Like they feel like there's some sort of new beginnings there. Music connection, sorry. And then there's the communication, wanting to communicate. And I feel like for you especially, like they want to communicate, though they communicate mostly through your dreams and or psychically. Like I don't think physically is a possibility quite yet, but they, like, I can tell that they have a lot of like respect for you. Yeah, that's a lot of things there. So I'm kind of enjoying using this one. Let's see what this one has for us. Oh yeah, let's look out. This is the Panther Oracle. Interesting. Okay. Let's see. What did they see the collective of group one? When is this one? What is it? Okay. The commitments. Okay. What is? Let's see. Apology. Apparently, they're really like they're asking for something. Self-love here now, and then. Okay, there's an interesting quality here. So I feel like, well, the death card is actually here, but I feel like for some of you, like I said, there was some sort of like heart hurt, and they're sort of still holding on to something here. Even though, you know, like you grew stronger from it, there is still some sense of longing there for somebody, maybe. There's a commitment, so obstruction, binding, contract. So I still there's something was holding, I feel like they think that something was holding you back. But look at this, but they look at this, they have like creativity and vitality. I think this is overall how they saw you, for like, there's this sense of, I want to say like they really, like admiration, but there's also like a sense of appreciation. Yeah, that's what I want to say. They appreciated something about you. Like, I almost feel like they appreciated your strength, but they also appreciated how, I want to say strong, but like how you have I almost want to say nurturing aspect to you. Great giving. Or is an apology here. So they've now seen you as maybe somebody they want to apologize, want to ask for forgiveness, because apologies over there as well. Then there's a sense of self-love. I think that they see that you've grown in love, like, self-love. You're much better at that. And then imagination, fantasy, mind. I almost like this, to me, it's almost like they imagine things with you. That's what I'm saying. Like, they have this imagination, like almost like a kid in playtime. Yeah, like, whoa, like they especially psychically, they kind of imagine what it would be like. Interesting. Ooh, I like this a lot. Okay, let's actually see. I do want to see what kind of like song and oops, sorry, I just dropped stuff. My little buddy. Song and messages. I think I'm gonna try. No idea. I'm gonna have to clean this up. Oh, actually, here, before we do that, let me use the Once Upon a Dream Oracle by my Goddess, and then we can do this, guys. Look, I'm dropping things all over my little buddy. I apologize, friend. Okay, let's see. How did they see you? How did they see you? Collective group one. Or yearning. Okay. Synchronicities. Oof, I don't know that. And mending, yeah. Okay. And then let's see here now. Celebration, uncertainty, and beginnings. Again, beginnings. Do you see how you have beginnings? They see this. It's uncertain though. They can't see it, but there is like almost like a hope there that, I don't know whether it's a good one or not, but they do see synchronicities with you, and they did see like a yearning. I feel like it's almost like a yearning, like, and look at this. Isn't this kind of like almost the same? Like they have the same kind of, like, I would say, energy to them. It's a certain sense of toughness, but like attraction. Yeah, I can definitely feel that for them. And then the mending, they see how you fix things. I think that's what it is. They're amazed by how you fix things, like how you even like yourself, and how you, even though you're hurt, you kind of like worked on it and allowed yourself to overcome it. All right, let's see what messages they have for you. We're gonna because I actually love messages, but we're just do a few, and then we'll do the songs. Okay, so this is Love on the Brain by Gifted Soul 777, and this is a Once Upon a Dream Oracle by Moonmoth Goddess. And so we have Please Forgive Me. Yeah, there's a sense of like they really ask. I'm keeping my options open, and I feel it's time to say goodbye, as we are on two separate paths. Maybe that was something. Goodbye, but then I'm waiting for you. Yeah, like there's a sense of, but they feel like they'll come back. I don't know if that makes sense, but it just does. Your kisses were electrifying for those of you who that was something. There's a yes. And then, so those are good messages there. And then let's see. kind of wanna do the song here. And so this is my electric love oracle blended with the jukebox of love by the Love and Tarot. So let's see what songs come here for you. Look at that. That is wow. Right off the bat, that's pretty amazing. Don't speak. And unbreak my heart. Okay. Well, you have so you have no doubt, don't speak. I know just what you're saying. Don't well, it's a song you can see, but don't speak. It almost feels like, and I don't feel like even if you don't speak, you definitely communicate psychically here and unbreak my heart. And so say you love me again. There's a sense here. I'm not sure if it's like how you feel, but it almost feels to me like their heart also broke in the process. Like your heart, but their heart too. And so we have pieces. So sung by Psalm 41. So if you believe it's my soul, if you believe it's in my soul, I'd say all the words that I know just to see if I could show that I'm trying to let you know that I'm better off on my own. And so even though it feels like there is, because isn't that interesting? Like there's some, we're moving on, or maybe they think you're moving on. That makes a lot of sense. Because there is a sense of moving on. I still feel like it's almost like there's a sense of, but even though we're moving on, then we have the everything by Lifehouse, which is one of my favorite lyrics, I guess, especially for love. So find me here and speak to me. I want to feel you. I need to hear you. You are the light that's leading me to the place where I find peace again. You are the strength that keeps me walking. You are the hope that keeps me trusting. You are the light to my soul. You are my purpose. You're my everything. And so even though there's possibly a walking and shifting energies away, this still feels true, because I could even see there's the undercurrent of all of this. There's admiration, there's love, there's definitely an apology there. There's they're feeling sorry, but there's so much respect here, even if it doesn't come out. Definitely I can see that, and there's some sort of connection still even there. So I hope you liked this reading. If you did, please do give it a thumbs up, and please do consider subscribing. It just does help the channel grow. And also please remember that there is a Reiki to help. I'm in the video there will be a Reiki about 10 minutes for healing, for removing any kind of I would say negativity or or karmic goo or energy. So stay and check that out in the description down below. Thank you so much. I feel very honored that I was able to read your cards, and I think they're right. You're a pretty amazing person. So thank you, and I'm sending you a giant hug, and until I see you next month, bye-bye, my dear friends. Dear friends from group 2, so we're gonna see this is the tarot that we'll be using for how they view you now, and this is how they view you then, the first time they saw you. And so, but just overall energy here, there's a sense of wow, you have you attract them a lot, and there's a sense of drama here, and I almost want to say very fierce. Maybe with the black swan there, it's almost like underdog, or maybe an underdog, but very strong and determined energy. So I actually am quite curious about how they view you. And remember, this is how somebody else views you, so I'm just telling you. I don't even know. I'm not saying this is you, this is just how somebody else views you, so that's the energy they picked up. Let's actually see. How does the collective of group 1's person view them when they first saw them? When they first saw them. Interesting, huh? Look at that. Knight of Pentacles. There's a sense of the Lovers here. Interesting. Can you see? I can't really see. Let me move everything so you can see a little bit better. Oh, sorry, I shook the camera. Just bang right there. There we go. And let's see how they see you now. Yeah, that's wow. And so I'm gonna say, like, their view of you has shifted and changed. So there was, like, because when they saw the Fool here, it was just like, oh, there's this sense of when they saw you, there was like almost like naivete, maybe like a little naive, but very kind, very like, oh, kind of like, I don't know if that's it. They have a King of Cups energy here. They also saw with the King of Cups, like a very, like, actually I feel like this is more like their emotions. They have a deep welling of emotions there. They have like a very strong, deep connection here. And I'm not saying that it's gone, but they felt very strongly. They also saw, I feel like there's a sense of caring and nurturing energy there for you as well. They also see this Three of Sticks. So it's like they saw you, maybe they couldn't be with you at the time, or like they saw like something in the distance, like, or you're a bit of a planner. Yeah, that's like a goal-oriented planner, kind of dreaming of the future kind of energy. The Knight of Coins, but it kind of goes together in terms of like you go slow and steady, you move forward, like that's something's important here. The Lovers here energy is sort of like they saw you as like somebody who they're very much connected with. Yeah, like there was a lot of love here. Now, what is shifted and changed here? I'm not saying that the love isn't there. Like what I do see is that there's a lot of passion here. It almost feels like very emotional. This is a very, I will almost want to say very charged energy, and the strength, that fierceness that came through here. Yeah, like they see that you're not this naive at all. You're more like you have a lot of well, it's the strength, but I always feel like you have a lot of fight in you. There you go. Queen of Swords, you can from the King of Cups to the Queen of Swords, so you say things very honestly, maybe to a point where a little bit brash. It makes them feel like, oh, I'm not gonna call you judgmental, but they feel like sometimes it rubs them the wrong way because you call them out on things. And the Knight of Swords is, it's sort of like, look at this, they change from the Knight of Coins to like the Knight of Swords. So actually, you have a lot of, like once you set your course, you just kind of go for it. You don't dally, you have the sense of purpose and you move forward. The King of Wands, it feels like maybe for some of you, there's a sense of, like very strong leadership qualities, also be entrepreneurial, but yeah, it's sort of like and very like charismatic. Sorry. And then we have the Ace of Wands. Yeah, it's like there's a sense of like, for some of you, it's still with the Ace of Wands, it's like coming back again, the regeneration of something, but it's just there's a lot of I would say passion. Like there's a lot of passion and a lot of like energy, but this was more, it's a big change, actually. It really is. I'm almost curious as to like did they really like, yeah, I could see this is more how they view you now. Okay, let's see what I'm gonna clarify. I want to see the strength. Why is it? Okay, thank you. Where's the strength card in here? And it's the Ace of Pentacles. Okay, look at that. What's the Queen of Swords doing here? What is the Queen of Swords doing here? Seven of Cups. Interesting. What is the Knight of Swords doing here? The Queen of Swords, yeah. What is the King of Wands doing here? The Page of Wands. Okay. And what is this Ace of Wands doing here? What's this Ace of Wands doing here? Four of Wands, interesting. Okay, I want to see what is the Lovers doing here. Two of Pentacles. Okay, what is this? I want to see the King of Cups. What is the King of Cups? Five of Cups. Okay, and what is the Fool? Nine of Cups. So it's interesting to me because it's sort of like, almost like, the Fool could have been like, oh, something like a start, but I really do feel like, and they like that energy of like, they almost feel like, oh, it's not naiveness, but a sense of like eagerness and enjoy like taking on things. And then there's like, it's almost like, I want to say like carefree, but I don't feel like that's how they view you. Five of Cups with this King of Cups. I do feel like they like, I think they had very strong feelings, but I guess that didn't quite work out, or like, yeah, the Five of Cups, there was some sort of sadness there. And then we have the Lovers, three, like the collaboration, working together. Maybe for some of you there was a third party in this mix, but I feel like they thought that you could work together, could, like, you know, work things out. Maybe for some of them, they were through a breakup or something, or you were through a breakup, but I feel like it's more their energy. And so it was like, you were like that wish fulfillment coming for them. Now, what they view you as now is, they really, like, I don't think they think you're naive at all. The strength here, it's almost like you find, like, the strength here with the Ace of Pentacles, it's sort of like you found maybe your worth, you found your calling, you found your, like, yes. I almost want to say you found your voice. And the Seven of Cups, and with the Queen of Swords here. Maybe there was a hard, like you had indecisions, or maybe they had indecisions. Maybe they were like, oh, wanting to do different things, but I almost feel like you cut through all the, like, I would say like the daydreaming. I feel like you just cut through any of the daydreaming. You just kind of, like, there's a sense of strong sense of action moving forward. You're no longer, if you were ever like this, like, energy of a, like, not saying that there's anything wrong with being a dreamer, but you're actually an action taker now, or they see you as that now. And so they have the King, like, I almost feel like they saw the progress from the Page of Wands, like, to the King of Wands. So there's a sense of success, there's a sense of growth here, and they do see it over and over. Like, you see here with the Page of Wands, you see here with the Knight of Swords to the Queen of Swords, and then almost from like and you have two aces, they see like beginnings potential here with this Ace of Wands and Ace of Pentacles, and they do value your strength, and that's something that's important too. So this Ace of Wands, they could see it as like a celebration of Four of Wands, like coming together. Whew. Much, I have to say, there's a sense of, I think, getting to know the stronger version of you. I think they admire that a lot. Or maybe this is like a lot of growth for you. All right, let's see how they viewed you before, and how they view you before, and how they view you now. Okay. And then there's this is Red Hot Love and My Sweet Love. I blend them together and it works so beautifully. So the Broken here, almost like breakthrough. There was something. So I really feel like they went through something, and then you were like, they're like, oh, there was something there, their breakthrough of like overcoming that 5 of Cups. They're like, so that 5 of Cups could have been like a romantic thing, could have been something else where they were, well, they felt vulnerable and you were there at the perfect time. They felt like you were, I want to say safe, but I feel like there was more to you than that. So secrets, I also feel like they, not that you kept secrets, but it was more like, I think, I feel like they didn't quite know you. Like there was another layer to you they didn't quite grasp. And so now they see it as a broken, but there's still love, you see, like there's broken, like maybe you don't communicate anymore. There's a disappearing act, which again, it's sort of like they're still there. Like I almost feel like there's a lot of like unspoken, like things that need to be said that haven't been said yet. And there's that, because I feel like this broken, it's like, I wanna do something, like, and it's disappearing. It's sort of like, I can't, it's not tangible, but it's still there. You can actually see it. So of course. So we have strategy. Ooh. Withdrawal. And I want to say that this one is okay. And so we have strategy. So before I think, I'm actually gonna, because I do feel like there's more of a strategy here for you as well, but there's a withdrawal. So you quit. There's a planning, prediction, mind reading, awakening, rejection. Like I do feel like you actually woke up more to you. Like I said, I think you found your voice a lot more. And you're like, if it's not good for you, you're just gonna like reject it. You're gonna quit it. You are in it for the long haul. I think you have more of a vision of what you want, and you're going for that. So dreams, yeah, satisfaction, comfortable. That's interesting. Possibly connecting in your dreams. What is like when they first saw you? They saw friendship, connection, networking, goal, but you still were goal driven. Okay, they still saw that goal driven in you and merit making. So goodness, humanness, mortality. Yeah, they really did see this. Saw very much like, I almost think like they had an unrealistic view of you, almost like a savior, if you will. But I'm like, oh, I don't think that's ever quite healthy. I think we're like, we always have our things. Let's see what and I'm using the Once Upon a Dream, and this is the Pen Oracle. I think that's what it's called. Panta Oracle, sorry, this is Panta Oracle. And now we're using the Once Upon a Dream Oracle by Moonlight Goddess. You can find this one on Etsy. You can find the Sweet Love on Etsy, and you can find the Red Hot Love by We Love and Tarot on Etsy as well. See, past heartbreak, yeah. See, there's a lot of heartbreak, and I almost feel like broken again. See, there's broken. Perfect, but it's. I really feel like it's almost like their story is like maybe they went through some heartache, but then so you came in here and they're like, oh yes, this is it. But I feel like they had their own issues to work out as well. I wouldn't be surprised if they somehow ended up with the person that broke their heart. Just like, wouldn't be surprised at all. Self-love needed, and so there's beauty. Yeah, I do feel like there is, and there's the clearing again. There's the quitting, like here, you're quitting, like withdrawal. You're cleaning, you're clearing up, you're putting self-love. So self-love is what your priority is here now. They see it, and they do see you as beautiful. And I think they were always, like, they always thought you were beautiful. Like, yeah, I feel like, well, for some reason, I feel like they messed up a little bit. Like, I think they made a mistake. And so that was not, that's something, that's how they do it. But let's see what messages they have for you. And then we look at the songs that, like, kind of come through. And so I'm using the Love on the Brain by Gifted Soul 77. I appreciate you. I think they do. I'm keeping my options open. Yep, that's something seems to be. I have trust issues. Yeah. See, because I think whatever like breakup they had or wherever their heart was, but I'm like, I think they had like, I would say like maybe bad habits maybe. And I do feel like there was probably like a karmic connection. Like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if they went back to that person, even though they're like, no, if my feelings are still loving. Yep. So that's good. I need you. That I think it's probably true, but I think you don't need them. I don't mean to be harsh at all, but it just doesn't seem. I'm like, I'm waiting for you. It feels like to me that you're like, oh, you're already like. I feel like you're the swan that kind of like took off, and you're like, oh, and maybe you're curious about this, but I just feel like you're like, oh, hurt me once, shame on you, but hurt me twice, shame on me, right? You needed what I can't. You need what I can't give you, and that's true. I don't feel like you're unique and cannot be compared to others. That I do feel like that's true. They can't give you what you need, and like I feel it. Like I'm like, yep. Even though they admire you and they're like, and they appreciate all this stuff, that they can't give you the love that you want or need, because I feel like they're still poof. I can even almost feel it like they're themselves are all like twisted up in knots about other things. They have to figure themselves out first. And you, I feel, are already kind of figuring yourself out. So, yeah, there you go. There we have Black. And let's see what other songs we have. So this is my Electric Love, and it's being paired, like I blended with the Jukebox of Love by B, Love, and Tarot. It must have been Love. Okay, yeah. Week. And then I see Feeling So Good. Okay, Feeling So Good by Jennifer Lopez. And then It Must Have Been Love. And I feel like that's just something, yeah. Because I really do feel like there was some strong emotions here. And then Weak. I feel like you make them weak a little bit. I'm gonna sneeze. Oh, thank you. Sorry. Okay, and then we have Black, sung by Pearl Jam. So this is the V Love and Tarot Jukebox of Love, and this is the Electric Love. You can find both of these on Etsy, and you can find the Love on the Brain also on Etsy, and the Once Upon a Dream Oracle on Etsy as well. Okay, so, and now my bitter hands cradle broken glass. Ah, look at that broken glass, because it's true. Look at this. You have this again. Look at this. And I love when there are all like synchronicities there. So, and now my bitter hands cradle broken glass of what was everything. All the pictures have all been washed in black, tattooed everything. All the love gone bad turned my world to black, tattooed all I see that I am, all I'll be, yeah. I know someday you'll have a beautiful life. I know that you'll be a star in somebody else's sky, but why can't it be mine? And so there's that sense I feel almost of regret. And I can see why you wouldn't want to be with somebody like that. It's because you're like, yeah, like, because you haven't gotten your stuff together. And I feel like it's like you were even, with somebody else. I don't know. And then there's here the scar. So this is a song by Papa Roach. So I can't help you fix yourself, but at least I can say I tried. I'm sorry, but I gotta move on with my own life. I tear my heart open, I sew myself shut, and my weakness is that I care too much. And our scar reminds us that the past is real. And so I feel this is almost like your answer to them. Oh, I love this. I really love this because it's sort of like, yeah, that's like, I tried to help you. I really did. And you say that I try to help you, but I can't save you. So you're moving on with your life. I can feel this motion for you. So I hope you liked this reading. If you did, please do give it a thumbs up. And please, if you are even like trying to get rid of like the energy, like negative energy and the and let's say like the karmic aspect of it, I'm like within this reading there is a Reiki for 10 minutes. So just click on that in in the description, in the timestamps, and then just kind of like let it clear. I'm going to be trying to put Reiki into the readings, because I kind of almost feel like, okay, you read this, you know this, and it's like, and maybe there's some sense of closure, but I also want to like help with the energy to clear this as well. So thank you for being here. It really means a lot to me that I was able to read your cards. And well, until I see you in the next one, I am sending you a giant hug. Bye, my dear friends. My friends from group 3. Oh my goodness, I'm so happy that you are here. And before I forget though, if you want like I'm kind of adding Reiki, I am adding Reiki, like 10-minute Reiki, to help clear any of the like negative or karmic energy of this connection that you're looking into. So check it out in the description down below, and the timestamp. Okay, so this is going to be for how they saw you the first time they saw you, how like then, and this is now how they see you now. But even here, I just have to say, like, I love this card for you. There's a sense of creativity here. There's a sense of almost temptation as well, innocence and beauty. I have to say, like, this energy is quite lovely. So I can already tell that I think there's like beautiful things gonna come through here. So how did the collective of group 1's person, sorry, not group 1, but maybe if you were called to look at that one, check it out one as well. But how did the collective of group 3's person view them when they first saw them, first met them? Wow. This came out turn 2. Okay. Yeah, group 1 is a little bit there. Okay. Can you see everything? Let me move over everything a little bit. Okay. Now, how does the collective of group 1 view them now? I mean, keep saying group 1. Okay. Well, there's a reason for that, I'm sure. How does the collective of group 3's person view them now? This person view them now. Okay, wow. And then, like, under this everything, it was like the 6 of Swords. So, like, I'm assuming your energy is that you're walking away. That's sort of what I'm getting here. So, let's look at that before we clarify. I can see here they have a sense of confidence. They thought like a sense of confidence. They saw a sense of somebody who knew their mind really well. There was a sense also of like happiness and joy. They really, like, you brought them a lot of joy with that 10 of Cups, or they felt a lot of joy just being around you. It's sort of like they felt fulfilled. The 4 of Coins. I'm actually feeling that that's actually their own energy. They kind of, which is interesting, they kind of were a bit scared of actually putting down any, the 4 of Coins, like putting the energy in this one. Yeah, like they were a bit scared from you, because I really do feel like there's a sense of confidence and they lack confidence here. The Chariot, I feel like you are somebody who just was moving forward. There was a lot of progress for you. Yeah, like I just feel like, wow, they were pretty in awe of you a little bit here with this. Well, they're just like, whew, I almost feel like they're gushing. And so how they view you now, this is interesting for me, because it's sort of like the Emperor energy, and I'm wondering if that's their energy. They see themselves as the Emperor for you, but even here we have like the little owl sort of hidden here. So it's almost like, like they may feel it, but they are not showing it. The Page of Wands, this is, maybe there's kids involved here, or if not, there's a sense of wonder and like as if you feel fresh, you feel like vibrant to them. That's what I'm like seeing, like there's a sense of vibrancy here. The Nine of Pentacles, very much, again, still the sense of confidence, but a sense of confidence in like you've done well for yourself. You've worked on yourself. You've done well for yourself, and you're okay by yourself. The Hermit is coming through here. Maybe you're more introverted. Maybe you like you're not. Well, yeah, I want to say introverted, but also like somebody who takes the time out to really understand things. There's a sense of justice here. I almost want to say like you're not going to put up with any like stuff that isn't yours. There's again sort of like a sense of like clarity coming through here. There's a sense of balance, but you almost, it's almost like you have that. It's like you want fairness. You want things to be equal there, and if they aren't, then you're just not gonna do anything with that at all. But you can actually see that we had one major arcana, and here we have 3 major arcana, so it almost makes me feel like they've been thinking about you. That's what I'm kind of seeing here. Let's see, I do want to clarify. I want to see this 4 of Cups, 4 of Coins. What is this 4 of Coins doing here? What is this 4 of Coins doing here? Page of Cups, okay. What is this Chariot doing here? What is this Chariot doing here? Oh, you're walking away. Okay, what is this Emperor doing here? This one is the one I really want to clarify. So there's Emperor doing here. Queen of Pentacles, what is this? Page of Wands, 7 of Swords, Nine of Pentacles, 9 of Swords, 7 of Hermits. Hermits, I'm sorry, hold on. The Justice card, what is this Justice card doing here? The Magician, okay, wow. And then the 6 of Swords is really for me that you're walking away, you're just like, whatever's broken, you're moving on. I do want to, let's clarify that Emperor a little bit more. Clarify. Oh wow, look at that Empress and the Empress. Yeah, they see you as a counter. The Queen of, this Page of Wands. 10 of Swords. Wow. This is fascinating. 9 of Pentacles. 5 of Swords. Wow, there's a lot of here. 9 of Pentacles again. What's this? 6 of Wands. And look at this. You start with the 6 of Wands, you end with the 6 of Wands. Okay. There's a lot of, I almost feel like, so there's a sense of, I feel like you're connected well with this person, or this person gets you. So the Chariot was the movement away. You were walking away, moving forward. I really do feel like you're just moving towards where you want to be. So they kind of thought. So even if you weren't the one, let's say if you look up at somebody, like, or it's sort of like they feel like you will be the first, like, to walk away. The 4 of Coins, there's a sense of emotion. So I really do feel like that's them, their energy here. They kind of like held on to their own emotions, because the Page of Cups, it's sort of like they didn't want to express their emotions, their feelings here. Now, like I said, there's a sense of here of countering. This Emperor is being clarified with this Queen of Pentacles, which is very nurturing, giving, and I do feel like that's the energy they have. And then the Empress, though, is also like a balance. So it might also be that there might be I don't know, I'm like really gassy today for some reason, but there's a sense of, like, for some of you, third party all the way, but I think they see themselves as your Emperor, but they might also see themselves as Emperor of somebody else. So take that however you will. The Page of Wands, though, this is interesting to me, because maybe for some of you do have kids with them, or it's sort of like I said, to me, it's sort of like there's a renewal here, but the 7 of Swords, so it's sort of like maybe it's masking something. Maybe they feel like you're maybe masking the hurt, the pain. That's because it seems like there seems to be like a sense of there's this, but then there's like under stuff, like there's these emotions that are being hidden behind this. So that's sort of what I'm seeing here. But this Nine of Pentacles, yes, but there's also like the Five of Cups. It's just like feeling sad. Nine of Swords, worrying about things. So it also could be that they are worried that you're like, wow, you're doing so well without me. That could be something else, and they're feeling regretful about it. So that could be something that's there. So you'll know it, because I do see that the Hermit here, again, look at this. It's sort of like you made a choice and it led you to something happier and better, where you are fine and happy there. And then we have this the Justice card here, which is this sense of, like I said, like a balance, like you're manifesting, and if it's worth it, you're going to allow it. If not, there is like you have more defenses, like you have boundaries is what I'm seeing here. And then there's the Six of Wands, confidence. But look at this energy, like this is so lovely. Like they see you as this you give to others. You're just like, really, they do think of you as very amazing, and maybe a manifester, somebody who gets what they want. Let's see. Yeah, let's use the Red Hot Love and my Sweet Love Oracle, which I blend together. And they're both available on Etsy, and soon there will be on eBay. I know Red Hot Love is already on eBay, so if you want to buy it there, you can. Ghosted. And so that's in the past, I feel like, here. And give me, interesting, the Declaration of Love, Birth Connection, but there's a ghost there. Then we also have, let's see what it is now here. Temptation, Memories, and Extremities. Okay, so it's sort of like, yeah, like you really, there's a strong sense of temptation coming from you. Like you tempt them a lot, and you do. Look at this. There's a sense of like temptation here, and I could definitely see a Queen of Pentacles here as well. I wouldn't be surprised if it's also a Queen of Wands there. But their memories, they're missing you, thinking about you. Declaration of love, so they might have declared love, but it's really interesting because it's word of connection, but there's a ghost, and then there's a declaration of love there as well. So like, I'm not sure, like, did they clear, maybe the love declaration came afterwards, like maybe they didn't say it out loud, but they felt it. You can never tell with people. Yeah, but like really hot, and like they're still very attractive to you. Let's see, and like you can tell that there's still emotions. I almost want to say, like, they feel like, oh man, I messed up, and then you're just moving on. You're just like leaving them behind, and that's an interesting feeling, because there's a lot of that seems to be true for almost all the decks here. Let's see what other stuff. So how did they first feel? They see you when there's a sense of loneliness here. And then here, there's a sense of pride. Okay. And then there's, let's see how they view you now. Third wheel. Yeah, there's a third wheel there. I can tell. Okay, so there was a sense of loneliness, but a sense of pride. Maybe there's confidence. I don't think it was necessarily, like, I have a sense of self-esteem, yes, but there was a loneliness that they saw, evidence, detection, proof. Okay, that you're not necessarily that trusting, maybe. Although for me, you do seem like you're trusting. Maybe they weren't trusting. They were like, because that Four of Pentacles really kind of like throws me into, like, they were like, I'm not sure. And then there's the sense of confinement, captivity, tolerance, and freedom. So I feel like it scared them. Like, there's a sense of that the fear of confinement is a strong one. So maybe that's why, if they broke up, things broke up, or maybe you don't like it, but I feel like it's them, their energy there. And so here we have libation, donation, prayer, religion, but it's also, for me, it's actually like the libation is almost, to me, as if there is this temptation too. You have a sense of goal setting. I feel like you are, with that Nine of Pentacles, you're a go-getter. Here, stress, maybe. You feel stressed out. Maybe they feel stressed out with the headache, pressure, lack of sleep. They're worrying about things, because we did see that there was a lot of worries there. And then they have the third wheel. So enemy, distrust, flirtatious. There was somebody, and we can see it here too, because that was really interesting to me, because they were the emperor, but then we have the Queen of Pentacles, but we also have the Empress, and that kind of threw me off a little bit. And I do think that there might be a third party in this like a third wheel in this connection here. Let's see what we're going to be using. The Once Upon a Dream Oracle by Moon Goddess. You can find it on Etsy. And here we go. Like, let's see how they saw you before, when they first saw you, met you. It's interesting because there's a sense of yearning. And that's like this is a little bit of echoey of a group one, a little bit, but it's different, but a little same thing here. Interference. So yeah, there was an interference here. I see. There's dreams and yearnings. There was, because is it me, or is it like, I'm like trying to figure out, because they did remember I was like, yeah, this is the 10 of Cups. So yeah, I was surprised, because they were really excited, happy about it. There was a sense of you, but somebody interfered with that connection there. When you saw there's destiny here. There's isolation. Yeah, okay, isolation. So maybe they feel like you are a little isolated with this hermit energy. I view you as a destiny though. And messages, and there is messages to be said here, right? I feel like messages still need to be, I do feel like you might get them in your dreams, because you do have dream messages. They do feel like it's a sense of destiny, and it feels like now they see you, there's like, oh wow, there's some sort of destiny, but there is a sense of isolation. They want to communicate with you. Let's see what messages they actually have. We're using the Love on the Brain by Gifted Soul 777, and this is, yes, you can find it on, let's see again. You're my everything. Oh, nice. Yes, they're saying yes to something. We are meant to be, and I do feel like they do feel like that you are meant to be. I just don't know, because but like I said, there's like a third wheel there, so I'm just like, I don't know, friend. If you're meant to be, you have to be single, my friends. I just want you to be happy. Okay, yep. But I want to say, like, I just want you to be happy with me, even though they're not maybe ready for that right away. X is a plus. Yeah, okay. All right, look at this. I'm healing my inner child wounds. I've been through a lot growing up, and it affects my current relationship, including ours. I'm working on myself. And, well, you take it as you will. I'm not going to add any additional. Let's just do that. So let's see what the music, what songs are here. So we have the Jukebox of Love, and we also have and I blended it with my Sweet Love Oracle, you can find on Etsy. So let's see. Okay, we have, I just called to say I love you. Dissolving bonds, I want you back. Okay. I'm like, it's always so interesting to me. And then okay. So we have, okay. So I called to say I love you. So maybe for some of you, they just random calls just to say, like, they feel like they still want to contact you. And I do want you back. Yeah, there's a feeling like that, that is true. And then here, but look at this also. But I feel like you're dissolving bonds. So Dissolving Bonds by Catatonia. And so it's, so shut down your skies, bow down, light side, and die. And now you go, the cold chills crack, a positive, self-detached, inanimate heart hurrying, racing forward. A destined goodbye, bells rang the day of your worst fears. Obscure graduation day left you, but with memories to bear. Lost in hopelessness, seclusion cut you just as deep as knives. Dissolving the bonds, time was set to fade away our lives. And so I actually feel like the seclusion again. It feels like almost like either they're secluding themselves or they feel like you're secluding yourself, or like you're isolating yourself, or maybe just isolating yourself from them. I don't know. And then there's Damn It by Blink-182. So, and maybe I'll see you at a movie sneak preview. You'll show up and walk by on the arms of that guy, and I'll smile and you'll wave. We'll pretend it's okay. The charade, it won't last. When he's gone, I won't come back. And it'll happen once again. You'll turn into a friend, someone that understands and sees through the master plan. But everybody's gone. If you've been there for too long to face this on your own, well, I guess this is growing up. So there's a sense of growing up, and there's also a sense of like them seeing you with somebody else. That's what I'm seeing here. And they're like, ugh. But they're like, but you'll come back. But maybe it'll be too late. I think they're being a little silly there, but you know better. So I hope you like this reading. And also, if you haven't, there will be like, I am doing like a 10-minute Reiki to kind of clear the energies, the negative energies, the karmic energies from this connection. So just checking the timestamp and listen to, like, it's nice. It'll be nice and clearing for you. And also, just thank you so much for being here. I really feel honored that I was able to read your cards. And until I see you in the next one, bye-bye, my dear friends. My friends from group 4. Oh my goodness, I really like this. I have to say, I like this card a lot. It feels like they view you as enigmatic. They also feel like if they haven't, like, because it's almost like you come into their dreams. Like, you see how it's almost like you can't even, it's almost part of the background. And so there's a sense of that. I almost feel like they're scared of you, but not in a like a bad, like, oh my goodness, scared. It's sort of like, I feel like you see right through them, and that's what, like, it scares them a lot. So we're going to be using this tarot for the past, for when they first saw you, and this, we're going to see this for how they see you, view you now. So let's go. And if you, like, in case you didn't hear in the beginning, I am doing Reiki, 10-minute Reiki for clearing the negative energies and also the karmic, like, bonds and relations in this connection. So go check out in the timestamp and you'll see it there. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Sorry, I started to say something and then I kind of had to focus on the shuffling. So. Let's see how, sorry, I'm like making sound effects, but I'm just like, ooh. I could see, there's a lot of story here. You see it all? Nope. There you go. You can see it a little bit better. Let's see what this. So there's a sense here of, well, when they first saw you, I want to say it was like love at first sight, kind of. But there was, I also saw like there was a 5 of Cups. So maybe there was like, because there's like, look at how intense this is. This is like when they first, there was a 5 of Cups, there was a 3 of Swords, and there was the Moon, and then the Tower. I mean, like, that's as intense as you get. I would say this is like a twin flame, but it could just be like an intense first saw you. But to me, it's like love at first sight. They might have been with somebody else at that point in time. The Moon, it's sort of like maybe psychic connections there. The Tower totally shifted and changed everything. I almost feel like, whew. I feel like the intensity here. Then we see here how they view you now. They see you with, like, they remember you. Like, they're very fond of this memory. They think of you often and remember things very much. King of Wands, they see you as somebody who's like maybe entrepreneurial, their leader qualities. You feel like they see you as somebody who's very confident, somebody who's moving forward in life, who's progressing towards things. And the Ace of Pentacles, I feel like you're grabbing the things that you want, but it also feels like, well, actually, I'm going to clarify, so I'm not going to say it, but okay. Let's start off with this, and then we'll clarify that one, because that one definitely needs some clarification. All right, what is this Ace of Pentacles doing here? What is this Ace of Pentacles doing here? Knight of Pentacles, and okay, what is this Eight of Wands doing here? What is this Eight of Wands? King of Swords. What is this Six of Wands doing here? King of Wands. What is this King of Wands doing here? Nine of Pentacles. What is this Six of Cups doing here? Lover's energy, yeah. Okay, what is this Tower doing here? What is this Tower? Ace of Cups. Okay, what is this Moon energy doing here? Doing here. This Moon energy doing here. Moon energy doing here. The Empress. This is the Three of Blades doing here. Amen. What is this Five of Cups doing here? Eight of Wands, interesting. What is this? We have the Moon for the Two of Cups. What is this Two of Cups? Five of Swords, but it's also like this Knight of Cups. So, wow. Okay. So a lot of stuff happened in the past, but like I said, I think they did feel like, to me, it feels like there was like a love at first sight kind of energy. Here we have the Knight of Cups. They were just like, they wanted to declare their love to you. But there was something here, the Five of Swords, maybe the ego got in the way, but it also could be that other people got in the way as well. So it could be that they were afraid of their ego here. The Moon there seems like, but it also feels like it was like they just didn't believe it, or like they couldn't believe it. That's love, that they don't believe in the love at first sight. But I do feel like you are really connected. Yeah, totally connected. And so it almost feels like there's no way they couldn't believe what they were feeling. I almost feel like the strength of it, they're like, I just met this person, and there's this strength of an attraction. It's almost like it was too much for them. With that, and here we have, like, look at the Eight of Cups, the Eight of Wands here, and then we also have the end of Eight of Wands, and it was too fast moving, like something, I do feel like there was just too much here with this, like it's almost like you brought in the tornado. You almost brought in this Tower moment. It was too many emotions, too many feelings, and so I feel like it was like they let something go, like they let you go, I would say. The Three of Blades, again, hard, heavy. They might not have been able to do something. I feel like the Hangman, maybe they were in a connection, they were with somebody at the time, or something along those lines. And so we have the Hangman energy there. Just they couldn't move forward. They felt trapped and so heartbroken because of this trap. We do have the Moon being clarified with the Empress. Again, I think they just were surprised how they recognize you as their Empress. They recognize you as their counterpart. And then that was really scary for them. I really feel like the Tower came, the love that came with this Ace of Cups, it was just like, it was too much. To me, it feels like there was almost a divine union here. And there was just too much, and then the Tower happened. So there was a lot of love and a lot of things coming through. There's still a lot of love. So here we have like the Six of Cups. They remember you, they think of you often. I almost feel like they keep your memories within themselves, like they don't let anybody else. This is something, you belong to them, like their memories belong to them, and it's with the Lovers, and this is how they think of it. Like, wow, they really are still connected to you in such a strong way. King of Wands, they do feel like you're a manifester. You create everything. My little buddy's here helping me. And so we also have the Nine of Pentacles, but there's also a sense of like you have you're successful in ways that I feel like they're not sure about. And there's the 6 of Wands. I feel like you confidence after, like, you go through adversity, you go and I almost want to say that they still see you as somebody who will defend others, like, I feel like those that are like defend the weak, I would guess is what you have. There's the ace, the 8 of Wands, which is moving forward, but there's the King of Swords. There's a lot of King's energy here. I feel like they see you as very action driven. You have, even though they see you as like they saw you as the Empress, they see you more masculine in terms of like you're driven to success in some way or another. King of Swords, calculated moves, calculated how you're going to move forward, but moving forward nonetheless. And then there's this Ace of Pentacles. And so what I was going to say is, like, you're going for that gold, you're going for that coin, putting in a little bit at a time. But I almost feel like there's also a sense of this Ace of Pentacles as being something that they wish to offer you. But they have the Devil energy here, which is sort of like, I feel like they're still scared of this connection because they feel like they have no control over it. There's just a strong attachment here. And then they also feel like we're only the Knight of Pentacles. We slowly but surely, but they don't have a lot to offer you, especially if they're like saying, oh, look, you're the Magician, you're the King here. So interesting. Ooh, intense. Okay. And this is Red Hot Love. I blended with my Sweet Love Oracle, and they just go really well together. Look at this, yeah. This is how they sound. My tummy's making noises. Oh, sorry, buddy. Oh, my friends are here. I'm sorry, buddy. Got my apology open book. I feel like there's a sense of like their emotions are still trapped. They still want to say something. They still want to like tell you all these things. They want to apologize. They want to start again. There's a sense of wanting commitment. And here they actually saw strategies, working progress, and they wanted the new beginnings, but it just wasn't. It didn't seem to work out. I really do think that something, maybe it was somebody else that was in the way, but it was just like, it was an overwhelming emotion, and they just couldn't believe it could be love at first sight, like that it would just be so strong so quickly. It's interesting to me because, like, look at that. There was like magic. Here's some mystery magic. It's sort of like they just didn't expect this. This is like a very strong thing as marriage. This is what they want. Maybe they were actually already in a committed relationship, maybe not, but they saw the sweet love. They saw a possibility here. They also saw like mercy, charity, kindness. Maybe you showed them kindness. Maybe they showed you kindness. There's like a kindness there. But now they see you as like maybe seeing somebody perseverance, challenges, you overcome challenges, you desire worth, you have things that you like here. There's an indulgence. There's a sense of like happiness and joy, but I almost feel like there's a sense here of them working towards coming back here. Maybe even just like, hey, can we at least be friends? Like, I don't want to just drop away. Now we're going to use the Once Upon a Dream Oracle by Moon Moth Goddess, and you can find this on Etsy. You can find the Sweet Love and the Red Hot Love both on Etsy. The Red Hot Love is by Be Love and Tarot, Be Love and Crystals. Check out her channel if you get a chance, because like she has awesome readings there. And Moon Moth Goddess also has really awesome readings too. So, okay. There's a sense of like that but there always is like a sense of like trap, when they feel trapped. And so I don't know, they're still probably maybe with somebody, they do see you as a perfect fit for them. But what I'm seeing here is that they sense like there was a sadness here. There really was this grieving. I feel like that wasn't together, the unstoppable. Even here, that they feel like your spirit is unstoppable. And here you even have like, you gave them the Ace of Cups, but they couldn't take it. But you felt like a sense of home to them. And I think that's what really threw them. To feel like it was like it was really like right away. But something else has been trapping them. We might just clarify that a little bit right now. We have generosity. They do feel like you have a very generous, kind spirit, and you also just want to like protect others. I do feel like that. That Ace of Pentacles might have been that I want to offer something to you of value. Like it's the same slipper. They want to offer you that there's still hope. There's hope, and then they have desires for you. We say, let's clarify this trap. What is blocking or trapping? The Tower still there. So it might be for some of you that they're married or they're with somebody, they have kids. The Page of Wands is there. They're like, nope. And still there's like, and maybe their life is right now going through a lot of different things even now. But I feel that the emotions and love is still there. So there's that. Okay, let's see what messages they have for you. Wow, this is actually interesting. And look at that. Wow, so beautiful. Okay, so I need to keep my options open. I need a space to figure out what I want. I realize I may not have actually read the ones in the other readings. I'm sorry if that happened. You make me a better person, and I really do feel like they do feel that way. I feel like we've known each other in another lifetime, and it really does feel like they do, because it was like instant attraction. It was instant knowing. I know that I've taken for granted, but I want to make it up to you. And I do feel like they are. I just think that this is a very slow moving thing with the Knight of Pentacles. It's not something that can happen like right away. Yeah, especially if they like, 'cause they feel trapped. And like, if you actually see it, we have trapped like twice. They're trapped emotions, trapped feelings. So I feel like, and even the Devil there feels very much trapped. Okay, and then I need you, and then you're perfect for me, which is like matching exactly this. Like you're perfect, and there's like a perfect here. It's amazing. And then if I ever let you go, it's because I had to, not because I wanted to. And that's something that I feel like they really want you to know. Okay, let's see what songs come through for you. So we have the Electric Love blended with the Jukebox of Love by Lee Love and Tarot. The Electric Love is by me, and you can find all of this, the Gifted Soul Love on the Brain by Gifted Soul 777. Also all on Etsy, available there. Okay, let's see what songs we It must have been love. Yep. Want you back. I just called to say I love you. Like, look at this. All love, 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 love. Oh boy. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. My poor buddies are all down there and they're like, why did the stuff keep falling down? I'm sorry, your mom is a bit clumsy. Okay, sorry, friends. My furry buddies. Oh boy, they went everywhere. Okay, okay. I will hopefully collect that one last one that's over there. Oh, let's see. I'm sorry, there's like so many clacking noises. I shouldn't have worn my necklaces when I was doing this. Who was to know that I would drop everything? Okay. Oh. Okay, there we go. Sorry, I had to pick that up because it was so far away that I knew that it was something that needed to come out. So let's put this back here. We have a lot of songs. Okay, so we have impulsive, like I almost feel like they have an impulsive need. They have an impulsive need to like to call you, to just call you to say I love you, to tell you I want you back. And it's like, and even then they're like admitting, yes, it must have been love, and that it's not over. It's like it's even though it sounds like it's over now. I don't feel like that's what they think. So my sweet shadow by In Flames. So let's go here. I'm selling heavenly sketches, a world out of my mind, ready to explore in purity to fill the holes inside. An ever-moving stream with glowing rays of light, emotions tied to past lives I know I should let go. Tame with confidence of a brighter future, I found the flame in the burnt out ashes, burned out. Feel these new shores burn, dark past lies cold, shadow, my sweet shadow, to you I look no more. And so we have the shadow here, but for me, it's sort of like, what I'm seeing here, it's sort of like ready to explode in purity. Like, I feel like there was like this pure, like emotion, like just the purest emotion when they first met you. And then, and I feel like I found the flame in the burnt out ashes. So I feel like even though like the tower happened, and even though there's still like a flame, there's still something there. There's still like a hope for a brighter future, right? That's what it is here. Letting go of the past. The dark past lies cold. And even though there's like, maybe there's no talk, there's no conversations, there's still like, it almost feels like the flame is there. The love is still there. Oof. Very intense. And then here we have broken. I wanted you to know that I love the way that you laugh. I want to hold you high and steal your pain away. I keep your photograph and I know it serves me well. I want to hold you high and steal your pain because I'm broken when I'm lonesome and I don't feel right when you've gone away. You've gone away. You don't feel me here anymore. And so like there's a sense of separation here, but there's like even here you both miss each other. You both want to be together. But there's still stuff in the way. There's still things that block it, and I don't see it happening out like anytime soon. Like the page of the Knight of Pentacles, slowly but surely. Maybe not even in this lifetime, if you believe in that. But here we have, here from the King's Mountain Views, and this is Jambi by Tool. So here from the King's Mountains view, here from the wild dreams come true. Feast like a sultan I do on treasures and flesh, never few. But I would wish it all away if I thought I'd lose you just one day. So if I could, I wish it all away if I thought tomorrow you would take you away. You, my peace of mind, my all, my center, just trying to hold on one more day. And so even though, let's say, like I feel like the memories that they have with you are so precious to them. And so they feel like we could have everything, but if if that connection, like even here, it's sort of like the home here, your everything, it would, if you were to go away, if you were to just leave them, it would just, they wouldn't want it. They rather sacrifice it all, but to be here with you. Like even in the memories, not in the actuality. Wow, this is beautiful reading. So if you didn't hear at the beginning, I am doing like a 10-minute Reiki to clear any negativity, any like karmic, like I would say junk, karmic junk, if you will, from this particular connection. So it's a 10-minute Reiki. It should be, you'll see it on the timestamp. So check it out, and then hopefully it'll help. Because I realized that part of this is like, I want to give you some like closure and some insights, but I also want to be able to help heal and also help you like to do more, to change, to transform, if you will. I hope that makes sense. It's like a more proactive approach, I think. So thank you so much for being here. It really means a lot that I was able to read your cards. And until I see you in the next one, bye-bye, my dear friends. Hello, my friends, and thank you so much for being here for the Reiki part of this session. So hopefully this will help clear and heal this connection, and that's why I chose these particular cards for this. So please bear with me. So that's for today. I will flow naturally and easily and for the highest good of all. Please let all those who watch receive all the energetic blessings of this Reiki healing. Deserve better. Thank you. Thank you.